Welcome back to Fox 9 All Day. Rob Wilson in for Amy Hockert again on this beautiful Friday afternoon. I hope you get some time outside to enjoy it today. Maybe it sounds like a good day for a little patio happy hour, although you have to leave work even earlier because of the sunset. So that all works in your favor, I think. We are going to head up to North Dakota right now for a conversation because there's an environmental group there that has filed a lawsuit against a giant dairy operation, and it is a massive dairy operation. The North Dakota Monitor has done some really good reporting on this issue where operations of this size, and again, you're talking about a giant herd, causing some pretty serious environmental concerns about what this could do to the especially the groundwater among them. Joining us now is Jeff Beach, Deputy Editor with the North Dakota Monitor. Jeff, thank you for joining us from North Dakota. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
All right. Let's begin with the lawsuit that you've been reporting on. First, there was a, give us a background on this. A permit approved for this operation, was it back in December, for a 25,000 dairy cow milking operation near Hillsboro.
Yeah, that permit was approved, I think, this fall. There's actually two large milking operations that Riverview is proposing or has already started building in the Red River Valley. One near Wahpeton, that's about half the size of the one near Hillsboro. But the lawsuit is specific to the Hillsboro area dairy. 25,000 cows there, which is about triple what North Dakota currently has in total, and it's fairly close to the Red River. So there are concerns from landowners nearby especially about well water, but also runoff into the Red River, and they've got some allies in Manitoba that are also concerned about runoff into the Red River.
Well, tell us about the lawsuit. Who's filed it, and what is contained in this lawsuit challenging this?
The lead group is called the Dakota Resource Council. They're a North Dakota-based kind of environmental group, but also a proponent of landowner rights, that kind of thing. So they're the lead agency, but they've got some other environmental groups kind of backing them and helping provide some legal support for their cause. And like I said, they do have allies in Manitoba.
So their challenges are about, is it about the process of the environmental studies involved here, or what exactly are they trying to challenge through this legal process?
Yeah, they're trying to challenge the permit that was issued by the North Dakota Department of Environmental Quality, saying they ignored some risks about runoff and those sorts of things. They're also saying that there should be a national level permit through the EPA that North Dakota should require Riverview to apply for. So those are kind of the main things.
Okay, and part of your reporting too is it's much about the location, the geography, that this is in the Red River Valley, and there's concerns that having this size of a herd is that it is in a spot that could maybe amplify some of those environmental concerns for runoff into the watershed area. Is that how I read that?
Yeah, correct. They're both within a couple miles of the Red River, both these large dairies. The Red River, of course, flows north into Manitoba. There's a treaty between the U.S. and Canada that tries to mitigate disputes between the two countries, and there is a group, there's an international group called the International Joint Commission that actually has been asked and says they will weigh in on reviewing the permits that have been issued for these dairies and what enforcement they might have, but they're at least going to do a review of these of the permits involved for these large dairies.
Okay, so what could potentially then happen here as we move forward? Because it sounds like, as you said, some of the construction has commenced on these while this legal matter goes forward. I mean, what does this look like? What could happen as this process moves forward in terms of the development of these projects?
Yeah, I mean, what the lawsuit is seeking is to revoke the permit, and then, I assume that would either start the permitting process all over again, or it would be up to Riverview, I guess, to decide what they would want to do if that permit was revoked. On the International Joint Commission front, depending on what they find, it could go to whatever the Canadian equivalent of the the U.S. State Department is, and there could be a federal level involvement at that point, or some of the information from that International Joint Commission review could be used, in another legal action, or perhaps even the one that's underway.
Okay, well, it sounds like an interesting issue that you're going to be covering for some time here, considering the legal elements involved, but also just, again, the massive size of these operations, 25,000 dairy cows in one spot. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your reporting on this issue in North Dakota, Jeff.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, there you go. Interesting project that certainly we'll be following up there is some of these massive operations, which as farming grows, you see these operations getting bigger, but alongside them then you see the concerns from other groups about what the size of those types of farms, what impact that they may have on the landscape and environment around